Cadia scale of things. They're saying 1 fracture per metre was low, moderate grade, and 4 to 6 fractures per metre was high grade. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, we've got, if there was copper in it at the right concentration, we've got potential for the high grade. And that's high grade is 0.4 to 0.6. Okay, so we're standing here in the Chinchillon zone. Down in the valley here we can see the trenches which are targeting the mineralisation we identified on the other side of the hill. So we're about 1.6 kilometres from the Chinchillon zone on the other side of the hill to the central zone here. We can see here old mine dumps with high-grade copper extending over an area of some 500 by 500 metres. These hills here have strong copper workings on them. Over on the far side of the valley we'll be visiting Trench 9, which has copper in fractures associated with monzonite. We can see here excellent evidence of our fracture hosted system. High grade, high intensity fractures, dense fracture intensity with sulfide still on the fractures. So this is the principal target type, and it's exactly the same as that we saw on the other side of the hill 1.6 kilometres away. So the inference at this stage is that the two systems are linked, and we'll be testing that with drill holes. Not necessarily a thick fracture. A lot of sulfide on that. Yeah. So you don't need a quartz vein. This is the point. You can have a sulfide vein. Yeah. Right. Someone here. Yeah. Bring that one over. Bring that one over. Yeah. So there you can see the sulfide. It's oxidised to polypolar malachite.
Well, hi everyone. We are doing some trenches, so we can have information continuous for the place and have a picture about how is developed the geology here. We are looking for some structures with iron oxide. That structure sometimes have green copper oxide, and that's all. We make a trench with a machine, retro, and then we map geologically and alterations here, and then the final steps is take samples.
We're at the Cerro Blanco zone in San Lorenzo, and we're looking at our monzonitic stocks. Another one further to the west from where we were previously, and we can see here a beautiful example of UST textures. Unidirectional solidification textures, and you can see in particular here why this is interesting is that we've got remnants of sulfide in the UST or as part of the UST, which is pretty rare to see. It's a gross example of the UST, beautiful textures, and we can see that in places it's beautifully overprinted by tight dense fracturing. So all those fractures carry evidence of sulfide. So we would expect this to be one of our primary targets for follow-up exploration and drilling. So we're right at the foot of Lithocap. Right now,
We're on our boundary here now, you know.
we're in our ground. Yep. Our ground goes over across to the other side. So clearly things are hotting up. I don't know if you saw all the mines on the way in. So those two rounded hills, there's nice sort of big mines around the base of that. But those hills are covered with small pits, right? So something's going on there. We tried to get you over. I don't know if you can see that disturbed ground over on the other side of the road just here. But there's a line of workings basically along the road, and then all over that sort of where you can see that reddish coloured soil. If you're looking at these pits all through that area. Okay, so things are hotting up. It's probably no coincidence that we're getting closer and closer to this zone. Okay, there's a pit over here. See under that lone tree over there, with copper, and there's a copper pit over there. The flank of that hill, if you took a wander up there, you can see copper spoil all over. So here we're at the base, and we can see copper in breccia. So, you know, what I'm trying to picture here is we've got this big, bold, high sulfidation old version cap, which is this big red thing here. Okay, we're right on the edge of it. We're seeing copper. So, to what extent is that leading us to copper being more concentrated, or just more copper underneath that hill? Right? So, where we are, of course, where our ground is, getting access to that is a lot shallower than small-scale mines running across this ridge structure all the way along over 1 or 2 kilometres towards that large mine. That's a porphyry copper mine, which is porphyry. Trench type workings down into that bridge there. Those lines pop up that valley. Mines over here, scratchings there, mine workings all the way over there. So this whole area is filled with scout mine workings, but there's been no systematic exploration here by